Gang violence amongst teenagers has increased over the years. It has led to rappers like Krept and Conan to use their music as a platform and a vessel to get information across to the younger generation. Recently, documentaries have been used as a way to show how carrying a weapon can lead to violence and devastation. Channel 5 created a documentary documenting several people who were involved or had been affected by someone carrying a weapon intimately, whereas Krept and Conan were passing down their experiences through a song in a visual way using words which can be understood by their target audience.
I'll shoot you, but I'll stab you if you come out and you try anything, because I don't want nothing to jeopardize my money. That's just the way it is. There's no rules, but I just want to know how to play the game.
Then he said something that stuck with me. He said I'd rather do life than have none at all. He said, Krept, you made it out, fam, you're cool. He said, me, I slip once, then I'm through. You do the same if you was in my shoes.
The purpose of the documentary is to show the effects of carrying a weapon. They do this by showing the emotions and the issues that come with it.
And with more and more vulnerable young people falling into the web of this violent culture.
A song called Dreams featuring Ed Sheeran is a prime example. Krept in his verse is very direct to the issue. He uses Young G, which is a common slang term used in London when meeting someone of a younger age. However, from this song, it can also be inferred as a young gangster. Although this song is for a wider audience, Krept specifically uses that term as a method of targeting the youth and getting his point across.
Down the road, but I knew it was mine and it had my fingerprints on it, so there was no lying. Then I got caught again.
Krept and Conan had a similar purpose. Krept in his verse
age of
used
14,
a conversational
Kyra was
technique
given a
with the
12-month
youth in order to
supervision
stop
order
him
for
from
carrying
carrying a
a
weapon.
knife.
This technique allows the audience to understand both sides of the street life and why they carry weapons.
Any moment in my life someone could try to kill me.
Kyra was also influenced to carry a knife as a means of protection by the older boys in the community who were on the fringes of gang life.
The way they made it seem like it was the right thing to do, they never ever said to us, like, yo, you shouldn't do this is not good, you'll go get arrested, go to jail, they never told us
Similar
that.
to the documentary, Krept uses his status as an older person on the streets to try and stop this young person from carrying a knife. Similar to what Kyron says, the older people on the streets made them carry knives. Krept is trying to flip it around and try and make it positive.
One day we'll all meet you with laughter, with joy.
When it was going down, he was saying to me, Mom, this is it. Let go. I'm going.
In comparison, Channel 5 is more personal and intimate when discussing the issues of carrying a weapon. The scene of Shaquan being buried, with his mother describing the conversation she felt as though she was having with him at the time, creates emotion. The scene shows mourners crying and in a state.
I've seen death happen to all of me, and I've been smart about it. I've moved away from the car. And they say you only got one life, so just be using it wisely. If you're on these roads, then obviously you can't be scared.
Both the Channel 5 documentary and Krept and Conan's song is credible. The documentary includes people in the streets, describing how life is. I could die any day now, one gangster says. This tells a story of how brutal life for a teenager growing up in London can be. Krept and Conan are rappers who made it out of the hood. Conan's stepdad was caught in a crossfire when two gang members broke into his house trying to kill him. In the song, they're trying to pass down the experience. However, it backfires on Krept, and the person says, "You made it out."
She said she wanna flex with some road man, said she wanna flex with me.
She wanna flex.
At the end of the day, unfortunately, both conclude it's a
Today,
vicious
for many
cycle
young
on the
people
streets of
regrettably
London.
caught up in the slipstream of the culture.
In Krept's verse, he
Music plays
says,
a pivotal role in them finding a way to escape.
"How do you
its
expect me
pull.
to tell a young G,
March
put down the guns,
2016,
that could be
he is
suicide?
sentenced
For him,
to 6
it's
months
kill
in
or be
youth
killed,
custody.
fam, it's do or die."
This is the first
This
time
is showing
Kyra
the
has been
extremes
sent to jail
these youths have to go to on the streets of London just to be
But his
safe.
journey to prison was insignificant
And whether
compared to what was about
or not
to
they
happen
carry
to
a
his close
knife,
friend Myron. Just
if
6
it makes
weeks
them
later.
feel safer, that's what they will
Boys
do.
aged 15 and 16
In comparison,
questioned by detectives investigating
the ending of the
fatal stabbing
documentary
of a
shows that
17-year-old during a fight
no
in
matter how
Newcastle.
much you
He
try and
portrayed by
escape
friends as aspiring
the
rapper
violence on the
Myron
streets of
Yannick,
London,
known as M. Dot.
violence will or might catch
In an
up
all
with
too
you.
familiar tale following an altercation with a group of boys, Myron was stabbed whilst on Camplin Street, New Cross.